During the Clone Wars, after the rescue of Palpatine while Obi-Wan fought General Grievous and has a suspicion on Palpatine, Anakin acts as a double agent between the Jedi Council and Palpatine and ended up turning himself to the dark side. George Lucas began working Episode 3 before Attack of the Clones got released. There was ideas and concept art of that film would open with a montage of 7 battles on 7 planets. Michael Gaminsiski surmises that Lucas found flaws with Anakin's fall to the dark side and radically reorganized the plot in the secret history of Star Wars instead of starting the film with a montage of Clone War battles. Lucas decided to focus on Anakin. With him killing Count Dooku, it signals his turn to the dark side. There was many speculations online from the fans when it comes to the titles. There was rumours that it would be The Rise of the Empire, Birth of the Empire, and also The Creeping Fear, which was used officially for April Fool's Day in 2004. Eventually the title is Revenge of the Sith, a reference to Episode 6 title, originally Revenge of the Jedi, but obviously got changed to Return of the Jedi. As Lucas says, Jedi don't seek revenge. He had originally planned to include even more ties to the original trilogy and wrote early drafts of the script in which a 10-year-old Han Solo appeared in Kashyyyk, but the character wasn't casted nor he appeared. Lucas also wrote a scene in which Palpatine reveals to Anakin that he created him from midichlorians, and is thus his father, a clear parallel to Vader's revelation to Luke in Episode 5 The Empire Strikes Back. But Lucas ditched the idea. He also planned a scene where Yoda and Ghost of Qui-Gon have a conversation with Liam Neeson reprise the role, but the scene was never filmed and Neeson was never recorded, but it was included in the novel. So George Lucas made some changes on Anakin after principal photography was finished in 2003. He rewrote his turn to the dark side. In the previous versions, Anakin had several reasons for turning to the dark side, one of which was his sincere belief that the Jedi are plotting to take over the Republic. However, this is still intact in the finished film. By revising and refilming many scenes, Lucas empathized Anakin's desire to save Padme's life. The art department took inspiration from Star Wars The Holiday Special to design Kashyyyk. For many months, Lucas would approve hundreds of designs that would eventually appear in the film. He then rewrites entire scenes and action sequence to correspond to certain designs he had chosen. Steven Spielberg was brought in as a guest director to make suggestions to the art designers, follow Mustafa Jewel, and oversee the pre-visualization, unused version of the Utaba chase scene. Those cast from the previous movie reprised the role. The fact that Obi-Wan says hello there in this movie has now become a thing.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Which is a good line. Love it.
Hello there.
Not just Ewan McGregor, but Alec Guinness says it too.
Hello there.
Brilliant. Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor practiced their lightsaber duel long before their shoot. They trained extensively with stunt coordinator Nick Gillard to memorize and perform their duel together. They both did fight scenes without stunt double. Hayden Christensen got to play Darth Vader in the suit after he requested it, and James Earl Jones returns as the voice of Vader, which is awesome. This movie also explains Palpatine becoming Darth Sidious.
Come, my apprentice, learn to use the dark side of the Force.
Which looks pretty grim. Matthew Wood, who's a sound engineer, plays General Grievous, the cyborg commander of the Separatists' droid army, and I think he's pretty badass. A villain with a serious case of tested positive for COVID. They explained it before this movie even came out, as Grievous' debut is the Clone Wars cartoon, which took a lot of Jedi to take him down, and Mace Windu uses his force on Grievous to crush his chest plates, injuring his lungs, which makes him constantly cough. The character swinging 4 lightsabers looks pretty lethal, and you don't want to mess with that guy. Originally, Gary Oldman was to voice the character, but he was unavailable. As Lucas gives instructions on designing him, Warren Few, concept artist, made a sketch of taking inspiration from the top view of a spray battle for the face. Sketch was made into a 1 foot tall maquette sculpture, which was then refined into a realistic computer generated module by ILM. There's comparisons between Grievous and Jacob Epstein's sculpture Rock Drill. Peter Mayhew plays Chewbacca, aka Chewie, voiced by Ben Burt, who's a Wookiee and best friend to Han Solo. I really love Chewie, he's a likeable Wookiee. Temuera Morrison in this movie plays Commander Cody, a martial commander of clone troopers. He also played the rest of clone troopers, highly trained soldiers in the Grand Army of Republic designed to be better than battle droids. They eventually become stormtroopers, and I think they're pretty cool. Bruce Spence plays Tyen Medin, a Utapau administrator, he's great too. Jeremy Bulloch plays Captain Colton, the rebel blockade runner, Tantive 4 pilot, he's great too. Captain Ramus Antilles in this movie is played by Rohan Nicol, who's in charge of runner Tantive 4 and eventually killed in action during the secret mission to Tatooine as he got strangled to death by Darth Vader. And it's great to have him in the movie. Genevieve O'Reilly plays Mon Mothma, Senator from Chandrila. Her speaking parts got cut sadly, and I think she nailed the role as she does look a lot like Caroline Blackiston as the character in Return of the Jedi. Welhav Tarkin, a Grand Moff of the Empire in this movie, is played by Wayne Pygram. And I think he's a great choice of casting as he looks like a younger Peter Cushing. Nick Gillard plays Sindralig, a Jedi Master. And funny enough, if you take the kicking K on Nick Gillard and spell it backwards, that his character's named like anagram, which is genius.
Very impressive.
The infant Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia Skywalker, Organa, are played by editor Roger Barton's son, Aidan Barton, which is cool. I'll get into those characters when we get to the original trilogy. George Lucas plays Baron Notlewiski, Papanoida, the chairman of the moon Pantora during the Galactic Republic final years. George Lucas's daughter Amanda and Katie Lucas plays Tertaniel, a senator in the Galactic Senate, and Chi Ikwe, a Pantoran who's the daughter of Baron Notlewiski. I love the opening with the drumming. And it begins with the battle in space above Coruscant. The buzz droids look pretty dangerous.
R4, be careful, you have
The graphics do look like the 2008 Clone Wars animated series, which is cool.
R2, locate the Chancellor.
Count Dooku's fight in this looks awesome.
I've been looking forward to this.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met, Count.
Him getting killed looks pretty sick. Palpatine's "do it" is pretty iconic.
Do it.
It looks pretty cool with the wrecked ship flying down to the planet.
Landing strip, straight ahead. We're coming in too hot.
Anakin's dream of Padme dying of childbirth looks pretty grim. There's a fascinating scene with the legend of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
No.
It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a dark lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise.
Some of us think he could be Supreme Leader Snoke as of time recording.
Ironic. He could save others from death, but not himself.
The fight with Grievous is absolute blast. Luckily for Obi-Wan, old-fashioned blaster killed him.
So uncivilized.
Use my knowledge, I beg you. You're the Sith Lord.
Lord of the cleaning products. I love the fact that Mace has no fear.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest.
He's pretty serious and badass. The lightning on Palpy's face is pretty effective. It's pretty sad that Mace Windu has died. Although Luke got electrocuted longer than Mace, and there's ships flying around, and I don't see why Mace can't catch one, so it's possible that he's still alive somewhere. They really should do his spin-off.
And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
I love the scene where Anakin with his hood up marching up to Jedi Temple with the clone troopers behind him. Especially the music. This is where he becomes Darth Vader. The Execute Order 66 scene is absolutely heartbreaking, where all the Jedi are killed.
Execute Order 66.
One of the most emotional scenes ever in the Star Wars universe. John Williams' music made it so powerful, plus Yoda's reaction, as more than likely all of the Jedi he knows are killed, not to mention Anakin killing kids.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
The fact that Obi-Wan can't watch Anakin killing people anymore must have been too upsetting for him to watch.
I can't watch anymore.
And it's really sad to see Anakin strangling Padme to death.
You brought him here to kill me.
No!
Let her go.
The best scene in this movie is a lightsaber duel, Obi-Wan versus Anakin. And Yoda versus Emperor Palpatine. It's a blast to watch. The music is brilliant. I love the fact that part of the music sounded a bit like the clash of lightsabers from The Empire Strikes Back.
When either of us. Faith in your new apprentice, misplaced maybe.
It is a great fitting. The effects on the lava is excellent. I found it amusing when Obi-Wan took the moral high ground.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
He outsmarted Anakin. After he sliced off Anakin's left arm and both of his legs, we get a heartbreaking scene with this.
I hate you! You were my brother, Anakin! I loved you!
My friends recalled that he cried watching that scene. Poor Obi-Wan, he lost everything. His master, the woman he loved, his best friend, but still didn't turn to the dark side. What a true Jedi master. Anakin got burnt is pretty grim, but hey, we get a cool and sad scene where Padme's deaf.
There's good in him. I know.
The birth of Vader, Luke and Leia. And I think it's a great way to end the movie where Leia is in Alderaan with the Organa couple. And Luke in Tatooine with the last couple with the Binary Sunset soundtrack. There's a lot of deleted scenes such as Padme, Bail and Mon Mothma organising an alliance to stop Palpatine from taking more emergency powers, but this was to focus on Anakin's story. There's also Yoda arriving Dagobah for his exile. Rick McCallum was hoping that would be the final cut. Bai Ling shot her small scenes playing a senator. Shaak Tai killed by General Grievous in front of Obi-Wan and Anakin was also cut. And there's also Obi-Wan and Anakin running through Grievous' ship, escaping droids through a fuel tunnel and arguing on what R2-D2 is saying. Apparently there was a leak from the movie to peer-to-peer file sharing networks. It may came from within the industry rather than from someone who films the screen. 8 people were charged for copyright and distributing illegally. The illegal copy was passed among 7 people until reaching the 8th, who also pleaded guilty to upload it to an unnamed P2P network. Crazy. So yeah, I really like Revenge of the Sith. It is my favourite of the prequels. I honestly don't hate the prequels at all. I always have a blast doing a Star Wars marathon as well as Harry Potter, Spider-Man, etc. Maybe because I grew up with those films. So stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video and may the Force be with you.